What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Shoutcast Sunday action. Yes, I love Shoutcast Sunday. It's Gaia. It's Magnum Opus. Magnum Opus, also known as Kvoth, your favorite Gaia player, is here playing Gaia. His opponent today in the blue color playing as Thor. His name is Punkstar. Oh, yes. Wonderful. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch some Age of Mythology here. We got Thor, we got Gaia. Punkstar has been playing a lot of games lately. I mean, he's a strong player. He's going to be getting up to that top level. All he's got to do is put more hours in. And basically, when it comes down to it with RTS games, a lot of it is just hours, grinding and working out what's good and what's bad, and then trying to figure out how to win. Once you figure out how to win, you never lose ever again. Because if I don't know. We'll see how things are going to go. But Gaia versus Thor on this map, Oasis. What are we going to see here? I don't get to see this very often. The question here is it ever correct for Kvoth to not go Leto? Ever correct for Kvoth to go Oceanus in this matchup? I really, really like Oceanus here against Norse. As Uranos. As Gaia, less so. But let me explain why I like Oceanus. The big reason why I like Oceanus is because the Caladria can fly over enemy throwing axemen, distract them, and is invincible because it moves at faster than 5.0 speed. So those throwing axemen cannot kill the Caladria, causing problems where that's concerned. So your opponent's you're going to be building Murmillo, they're going to be building throwing axemen, and then their throwing axemen are automatically going to target the Caladria and have some problems there. Now, the reason I like this with Uranos is because you can shockwave those throwing axemen, and that's going to reset them to some degree. You can also have heroized Murmillo, which move faster than 5.0 speed as well to dodge enemy throwing axemen. So you basically make it so that the Thor player won't want to build any throwing axemen in the game, and you can just happily avoid building Terma and have a fun time with Murmillo. Anyways, relics have been discovered here. We do have the Harmonious Necklace, extra 10% villager gather rate. Very, very good relic there. As well as the Fetters of Fenrir. Not the most useful of relics here for our Thor player Punkstar, who's moving into this forward position to drop a temple there. But picking up that relic does keep it away from Kvoth, and Kvoth is probably at some point going to want to eat those baboons there. The big thing that Kvoth has to sort of plan for, so to speak, in this game is how do you deal with Ragnarok? And without going too much into a tangent about Ragnarok and how much I dislike it, which I know you guys all know already, I'm not trying to change anyone's mind on this. If you like Ragnarok, you like Ragnarok. If you don't like Ragnarok, you don't like Ragnarok. It's totally cool. But that's basically all this matchup is coming down to. And how does Gaia deal with it? The answer is Gaia needs to get to the Mythic Age, drop many palaces, and be able to make fanatics. Gaia also needs to have the Lampedi or the Argus alive to kill off enemy fire giants, because there's not really a good way for Gaia to take those out without having like mass Stymphalian birds out. And even then, those Stymphalian birds can get sniped by the fire giants as well. So it's a little bit challenging. So we'll see if Kvoth is going to be able to make that happen. Kvoth also really enjoying over here onto this hunt, as we're still seeing Punkstar. He's taken a very, very long time to get to the classical age here. Did he skip Dwarven Mine? He also skipped Dwarven Mine, which normally I would be like, great. But against Gaia, I don't see a whole lot of point in skipping this one. I see a lot of point in advancing nice and quick against Gaia, so you can push off this hunt with a handful of hersir and enjoy that. But we see the spider eggs coming down. We've got the military barracks coming down as well here. Do we have a counter barracks anywhere? Nope, no counter barracks just yet. And we'll see how things are going to go. I'm a little bit interested here. What's the plan? What did he get an upgrade? He got Bowsaw already. What is this opening? Kvoth has skipped pickaxe and gone for bowsaw already. Why has he done this? He's only got 2 villagers on wood. The reason for this is he's going to need to build farms here in the Classical Age. And he also knows that getting out these pickaxe and shaft mine as well, getting all this extra wood income is going to be a big, big help. I really, really like this idea from Mr. Magnum Opus here, Mr. Gaia player, Mr. Kvoth. As he does spot the temple here, the units are retreating back. We see a longhouse coming up on the other side of the map here. Punkstar, no upgrades. He's getting himself pickaxe in here for the time being as the Oracle does get spotted. That one's going to get taken out very, very quickly. Oracle on the back of the map here is getting a good line of sight on this town center here. But now Kvoth is going to be starting to look for something else to pick off here. I do like the idea of just finishing off this temple. It's a bit of a precarious place. I mean, just ensuring this settlement doesn't get grabbed. The other thing here is that Kvoth can basically cut units at this point and just grab this town center here. Though Punkstar is trying to get the map completely walled off, so he's very, very safe. He's got all of this hunt back here. He's got all these goats in his main base with this gold mine over here and the gold mine, the dwarven gold mine in his hands here. He might be able to play straight for that Ragnarok. Like, he doesn't need to do all too much. As I mean, both players know their win and loss condition here. So Punkstar already 600 food in the back. He's getting himself Hall of Thanes. Punkstar is role-playing as the Loki player in this game. He wants to be Loki, but he's picked Thor. Obviously, playing against Gaia, you want to be Loki, but he's playing as Loki. We'll see how things are going to go. Walls coming up in the middle of this map here as well. This Skraeling will get sniped down here. So we do have a little bit of an attempt to raid here. I think the reason why Punkstar is doing this is just that this nullifies both automatons and the spider eggs. Basically going for mass hersir here. We'll see if it works out for him as Hall of Thanes does end up coming through, and those hersir are now going to start speeding across the map here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. But also, if you take a look at I would have thought he would have already had himself that shaft mine. If you take a look at Kvoth's upgrades here, he looks like he's going for a town center. Is he going to go for this one or this one? He's got the resources for it. No. He doesn't? What did he build? Oh, he is going for the Ford Town Center. Just after the temple falls. You have to wait for that line of sight to go away. And now Punkstar isn't going to realize what's happening here. But Punkstar is getting some good kills over here. I'd love to see those hersir running forward here and trying to finish off these walls, trap those units back. But it looks like Kvoth will be able to retreat away, as we do have some dwarves getting pushed back off of the wood line over here. As Copper Mail is coming in here for Punkstar. I like the idea. Obviously, hersir get a little bit of an extra bonus from those upgrades coming through. But I honestly think that Punkstar grabbing this town center here would be a good play here. But he doesn't know the town center is coming up just yet for Kvoth. So he has to make a decision a little bit later here in regards to that. As the troll getting a little bit of harassment over here. And with that hero Terma, I think you have to drop down your healing spring here to hold on at this point. As the hersir are going to start retreating back over here. It is population lead for Kvoth here, and also town center lead here, and also tech lead. So everything going the way. Actually, the tech lead slightly favoring Punkstar, I guess. He's got himself Hall of Thanes and he's got himself Copper Mail in terms of military. As the dwarves coming over onto this gold mine, walls finishing over here. I wouldn't mind seeing a wall right here. This wall is really, really important. You see this from all top players on Oasis. They'll always wall up to here so your opponent can't just sneak through onto this spot. But Kvoth at this point, he's got his heart set on hitting this gold mine. Little does he know, he needs to come over onto this spot here. As the hersir taking a little bit of damage, does end up losing one of them there. But the town center helping defend here as well. Copper Shield's going to be coming through. A little bit unnecessary, but we'll see if that's going to help him out here. Those Terma really don't do that much damage here anyway. As Quarry already coming through here for Kvoth. Does he have himself... He doesn't have himself carpenters just yet. Obviously, Kvoth is just a little bit short on food because he's spending all of it thus far, but I would love to have seen a very early Carpenters here just to get all of those farms out. But irrigation also coming through with that quarry in. No, he cut quarry for irrigation. I like that as well. But those hersir are going to get some good damage done. And now Kvoth has to retreat back. He's got himself 93 pop, getting a couple more military barracks coming through here as the hersir are retreating away. And Punkstar at the moment, lots and lots of hersir, ready to get some good raids started. But, you know, generally speaking, I think that the hersir, they just win these fights. So you just want to take them. Just take the fight, heal up the units to get damage, and continue to work towards your goal of Ragnarok here. But flood control just about to come through here for Kvoth, and his economy is absolutely stonking. Look at this. This is 11 minutes into the game. 20 villages. That's 60 villages basically out for Kvoth as the Dwarves will great retreat away here, staying off of that gold mine. Beautiful. You can come and sneak this gold mine here as well if he so chooses. As the house getting targeted down there, we do see some units in the main base here for Punkstar, which you can use, and taking out these fights here as well. Still with some decent upgrades here. Punkstar's looking to get to that next age. He can do the tried and true rappel usage of the Skadi here, or he can go for a flaming weapons idea as well, as the mana does get taken down. One hersir trades for the mana, kind of an equal trade there in all honesty, as the Dwarves do get spotted over here as they are making their run towards this gold mine. That's going to be dangerous here. Now, Punkstar needs to get over there. He's getting himself that copper weapons. Does the Citizen fall? Yes, it does, but the mana gets up there as the Dwarves going to come over onto this gold mine here, and now Punkstar has to get over there. Those hersir on the town center here still pumping out those hersir as fast as he can. 103 of 115 population. But his hersir are strong. Look at them. 9.6 damage, 156 HP versus these Murmillo. Punkstar wins this fight. He probably doesn't need to retreat away here, as the Murmillo coming up to harass this one here as well. But instead, Punkstar, how he's turning around. Obviously taking these fights a little bit dangerous because he doesn't have that much economy. And the Dwarves here getting targeted down. Punkstar has been caught out. He has made a little bit of a misjudgment here in this game as the hersir do turn around and take this fight. They will win this one. Ulfstark coming over to help. But it looks like most of the Dwarves do end up living here after all is said and done. Now he's taking the fight. He could have just stayed on the gold mine and potentially won here, but now he's going to decide to retreat back. Dwarves coming back into the main base. Still has this gold mine here. Does still have Dwarven gold mine as well remaining. As the town center coming back up, the Oracle hero coming in to delay this one more. Murmillo coming through there as well, as the army of Kvoth going to start looking to hit this position here. And look at the resources now coming through. Third town center on the way. Mythic Heroic Age going to be coming through very, very shortly. Has the armory coming in. I don't see any armory upgrades just yet for Kvoth. He has copper weapons actually, which will be a big help. As another temple coming up here. Punkstar wanted to go to that next stage himself. Maybe not a bad idea to get himself shaft mine here. He already has it, so all good. As the village is finishing up on the goats. He's also got the wood in the bank here to drop the remainder of those farms that he needs here, as well as some more military buildings. As Hammer Troll going to come through. I like the idea of Hammer Troll. Get some trolls out to deal with potential Stymphalian birds here. You do need to get quite a few of them out. As Punkstar now going to be able to advance. And I imagine he's going to be picking Skadi here. As the military barracks is attempting to come forward here. As Kvoth is going to start spreading these buildings all over the map. And now Punkstar ready to get the raids on. Kvoth farming outside of his walls. It does look like with those medium and Miller chasing, this should be completely fine here. Heavy infantry coming through. The hersir do decide to turn around and take this fight. With a little bit of good micro here, he actually can win this one, but both players can actually. And the town center over here for Punkstar not getting defended here at the moment. So it looks like it might get torn down. Really, really big fight here now for Kvoth. If you can kill this town center off, it's absolutely huge. Villagers retreating away. Dwarves over here getting into the action to take out those heavy Murmillos. They just come through as well. As the hersir coming over here to try and take out those Murmillo. Get a hersir to repair this one back up while this is all going on, just in case everything goes poorly there. But Kvoth is really smart at the moment. He is completely spread out his units for the time being. So he's not going to get rappled, so to speak, with this frost where you get your entire army frosted here. As we do see those Stymphalian birds starting to come over here. Punkstar can retreat into his main base and use that Dwarven mine now, though, so he doesn't really have to mine too much here. As the army coming back in, and Kvoth is just 2 steps in front of Punkstar right now. He retreats, he hits, he retreats, he hits. Frost gets dropped down over here. As the town center getting closer and closer to falling. 80 HP, now going to get repaired back up. But also while this is going on, the ox cart gets taken down. The dwarves retreating back into the main base. So it's looking very, very difficult for Punkstar to make it work here. Atlas also clicked up, which is also really huge for Kvoth because it means Palace and also, more importantly, Fanatic's going to come through, which means he can survive against any sort of last-ditch Ragnarok type plays here. As the Stymphalian birds getting some good damage done onto that position there. And Punkstar, in that moment, doesn't even want to try and get to the Mythic Age. Decides to tap out here as Kvoth gets the dub. I think, really, the big thing here that Punkstar... The big mistake Punkstar made was this gold grab. And then... just not protecting it well enough. Losing this and then not getting over here to defend. Just get more walls set up. If you, like, maybe 2 walls here or something as well. Or maybe even just using Dwarven Gold Mine in the Classical Age as well as another idea, so you don't have to worry about moving over there. That's another completely valid usage there. But he just kind of got caught out, trying to be a little bit too sneaky with it. And Kvoth gets the dub. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.